So there are some of you that are clearly confused as to why I refer to Haqiqatjou as a shirk apologist, or rather a shirk advocate. Some of you, most of you understand why, but in this video I'm going to give you some more reasons as to why I refer to him as such, and that's due to his lies in order to defend his mushrik sheikh. To refresh your memory, Haqiqatjou was once asked in regards to who he'd recommend for knowledge, and out of all the du'at, all the mashayikh around the world, all of the Muslimin, he could have chosen Adam Saleh, Mo Salah, Lily J. However, instead, he chose Salik the Mushrik.
So there are a lot of different scholars who I follow and I think are trustworthy, and I share them on my page. So one of them, for example, is Sheikh Salik.
وهل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ملك التصرف في العالم كله؟
And the other part of the question, or the part of the answer is, was the Prophet ﷺ given the ability to do with the world as he wills?
نعم.
Yes.
له التصرف في الكون كله.
Yes, he is permitted and entitled to do with the kingdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as he wills.
يعطي منه ما يشاء.
To give from it, to portion from it,
ويمنع
what he
منه ما
wills.
يشاء.
To prevent from it whatever he wants.
Now, Daniel, let's just say, that you didn't know that he was a mushrik, and that you have trouble differentiating between a polytheist and a monotheist, a caller to tawheed and a caller to shirk. Let's assume you didn't know. That's fine. You know what a normal person would do? Hey, guys, I didn't know. I wasn't aware. I didn't see this clip. I take it back. I shouldn't have recommended this person. That's what a normal Muslim that cares about tawheed would do. You instead, you double down. You start to defend him. And not only that, you try to make it seem like it's the mainstream view. And not only that, but you lied in order to make it seem like he's not a mushrik.
Like Al-Haytami, Sheikh Salik actually has many statements where he affirms that the entire universe belongs to Allah and no one can control it other than him.
You see, according to Daniel, Salik has many statements in which he says that only Allah controls the universe. Well, that's a direct contradiction to what he says in this clip.
له التصرف في الكون كله.
Now let's examine the actual clip.
Like Al-Haytami, Sheikh Salik actually has many statements where he affirms that the entire universe belongs to Allah and no one can control it other than him.
وكلهم يتقلبون في مشيئته. قال المؤلف رحمه الله تعالى كلهم يتقلبون في مشيئته. كل المخلوقات تتقلب في مشيئة الله عدلا وفضلا. فإن كانت الهداية ففضل منه سبحانه جل جلاله، وإن كان الضلال فعدل منه سبحانه جل جلاله، لا ظلم ولا يظلم ربك أحدا.
Everything happens and everything is bound by and running according to the will that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed and willed for them. And His will is accomplished.
لا رد لقضائه ولا معقب لحكمه ولا غالب لأمره. يعني أن الله تعالى إذا أراد أن يكون أمرا لا رد لذلك التكوين الإيجاد، ذلك الإيجاد لا رد له. ولا معقب لحكمه، لا معقب لحكم الله تعالى، أي لا أحد يجعله باطلا، معناها يغيره بعد أن يكون. إذا حكم الله تعالى أمرا خلاص انتهى الأمر، لا أحد يرده بعد ذلك.
So no one can ward off His decree or put back His command or overpower His affairs. That means that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has willed, no one can change. And no one, once Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands, no one can deny the command. And once Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does, so basically here the will, the command, and the ability of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are insurmountable, that no one can stop Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala either in His will, His command, or in the affair itself.
نعم آمنا بذلك كله، آمنا بذلك كله. رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم. وكل شيء يجري بمشيئة الله تعالى علمه وقضائه وقدره. غلبت مشيئته المشيئات كلها وغلب قضاء الحيل كلها. يفعل ما يشاء وهو غير غالب أبدا. تقدس عن كل سوء وحمد عن كل شيء لا يسمع ما فعل. والله تعالى يستجيب الدعوات ويقضي الحاجات ويملك كل شيء ولا يملكه شيء ولا غنى عن الله تعالى طرفة عين. ومن استغنى عن الله تعالى طرفة عين فقد كفر وصار من الحين. يعني من استغنى ليس ولا يمكن أن يستغني، ولكن من اعتقد أنه يستغني عن الله تعالى طرفة عين أو أقل من ذلك فقد كفر، لأنه ادعى أنه مستقل بشيء دون الله تعالى وصار من أهل الحين والعياذ بالله تعالى.
So again, all things occur by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the exalted, His knowledge, His decree, and His providence. His will overpowers all other wills. His decree overpowers all other stratagems. He does whatever He wills. He is never unjust. He will not be questioned about what he does, but they will be questioned. And in the supplication of the living and their acts of charity or benefits for the dead, Allah the Exalted responds to supplication and fulfills needs. He controls all things, and nothing has any control over him. None can be independent of Allah for as much as a blink of an eye. That means that or even less than a blink of an eye. Then no one can be independent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all. He controls all things and nothing has any control over him. So anybody that thinks that they are in such a control that is supersedes the control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rather than the other way around, this is a claim of disbelief, of kufr. If a person thinks that they're independent of Allah, then this is disbelief.
So again, why didn't Fareed take into account these statements?
The clips don't change a thing. They don't contradict the previous clips that I've shared in this video. And it's ridiculous for you to present this as proof for your case. Sadiq never said that only Allah controls the universe.
Like Al-Haytami, Sheikh Salik actually has many statements where he affirms that the entire universe belongs to Allah and no one can control it other than him.
Why do you lie about your Sheikh? Why don't you just admit that he's a mushrik? And we're not done. Time for the second lie.
Sheikh Salik claims that Allah has given the Prophet ﷺ control over the universe. But this statement is ambiguous. It could mean different things. For example, some scholars argue that this control means that whatever the Prophet ﷺ makes dua for, Allah will answer that dua.
No, this isn't about dua. Listen to what your mushrik Sheikh says.
هل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يعطينا هذا بنفسه؟
نعم يعطينا هذا.
Yes, he gives us himself. The question is,
what
what is his property he gives?
هل ترامب يعطينا من نفسه؟
Does Trump give us from himself? And to Allah is the highest example. To the Prophet ﷺ is the higher example.
Why would you mention this as a possible interpretation when it clearly conflicts with what he actually says? Yeah, subhanAllah, Daniel, you see, this is why I referred to you as a shirk apologist in the past. I no longer refer to you as a shirk apologist. Now you're a shirk advocate. You've downgraded.
Wahhabis like Fareed al-Bahraini want to spread such accusations against me without stating the full takfir because I guess they're too scared to actually spell it out.
Why would I be scared of you, ya Daniel? I make takfir of your sheikh. Let me tell you what. Here's a good idea for you. If you want me to make takfir of you, put out a short video and say that now you believe that Rasulullah ﷺ controls the universe. How about that? You do that, and I'll be the first guy to make takfir of you. I'm not even going to say udhr bil jahal, you're excused due to your ignorance. You are an ignorant person, but I don't think you're excused from this sort of thing because you've done the research. And not only that, how about this? Let me even sweeten the deal. You go out there and you say that now you believe that Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anhu controls the universe. How about that? You add that, and I'll say that you are an extreme Rafidi mushrik. Sound good? Yalla. To the rest of you guys, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You ask, what's not allowed to ask from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Can you ask the Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, guide me and my family?
Yes.